Doi was not recording. Yeah. It's bad news bears. Because I just don't know. Do you know what I mean? Are we on the same page?
Yeah.
You and I. It's not a Board Games and Brew, but this is making up for the fact that we didn't have brew in our last Board Games and Brew.
Jamie's been drinking a lot of coffee lately.
I'm all hopped up on coffee. So let's do that. Do you get it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm diving.
That's how people dive.
Is it?
Yeah, when they go scuba, they say you have to put your hand up and you have to plug your nose and you go.
And you gotta wiggle your way down into the depths.
Yeah.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about
Board games
and
deep sea adventures.
Exactly. We are here today to talk about an upcoming pumped up Gamefound. And that game is going to be Endeavor Deep Sea from Burnt Island Games. Now, first off, it is a prototype. You know, we've been here once, we'll probably be here again. There's nothing on the back, Nakey on the back.
Who do you think put this back in the box?
It was me. I did it. It was me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. This video is kindly sponsored by Burnt Island Games, so thank you to Burnt Island Games for sponsoring this video. We appreciate you. We are going to, as usual, start off with a little overview, and then we are going to jump into our discussion. Do you hear that? It's the salty air, the call of a seagull, and the constant rolling of the waves urging you to return to the sea. And who can blame you? The ocean is one of the most exciting frontiers left to discover and explore. It's like a massive underwater lab just waiting for you to dive in and learn from, all while protecting its delicate balance of marine life. But wait, there's more. In Endeavor Deep Sea, you get to be the captain of your very own research institute dedicated to developing sustainable projects and preserving the ocean's ecosystem. You'll assemble a team of experts to explore new locations, research dive sites, and publish important papers on marine ecology, all while launching conservation efforts to ensure a sustainable future for our planet. As you expand your expertise and grow your team, you'll uncover hidden treasures and secrets of the deep blue sea. The fate of the ocean is in your hands, so choose your actions wisely. With streamlined rules that will be familiar to fans of the original game, Endeavor Deep Sea is the ultimate nautical adventure for all sea-loving gamers out there. Get ready for a deep sea experience like no other. And we're back. Endeavor Deep Sea is kind of a new iteration on the Endeavor series from Burnt Island Games.
Which we haven't played.
No, we haven't played any of the other iterations, just so you know. This is the only one that we have played, so this is the only one that we have any kind of information on. Mm-hmm. Basically, in Endeavor Deep Sea, you are exploring the deep sea.
We did really well.
We did so well. And essentially, everyone's going to start off with a team leader. And the goal of the game and what you're trying to do is build out your team of different types of scientists and researchers and divers and boat people.
Captains.
Thank you.
Navigators.
And all of these things in order to kind of get a really good team so that you can explore the ocean, make sure that you are doing some conservation projects, and all of that good stuff. It is essentially action selection.
Definitely.
So you're going to have different people, like I've already mentioned, different team members, and your team members are going to have a space on them for like a little disc. And you are going to have a supply of these discs in order to use every round. On your turn, you're going to go through a few different steps. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to hire somebody new for your team. So that is all going to depend on your recruitment level. So if you got 1+ sign, well, guess what? You can only get people with a little bit of experience.
The basics.
The basics. And then as you increase your recruitment level, you're going to be able to recruit higher and more talented people to your team. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to take some discs from your supply into your storage area that are going to allow you to do actions throughout your turn. The number of discs that you get is all dependent on your storage level that you have.
You have like different tracks that you're going up.
The next thing that you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to remove discs from the specialists that you have out, from your team members. Then you are going to go into your action phase. And on your action phase, what you are doing is you are placing out your little discs onto your available team members. And then, Jeffrey, what are you doing?
Taking actions.
You're taking actions. Each of your team members are going to have a few different things written on them, but usually they have either 1, 2, or a one or another option on their little picture. And that's going to tell you what you do. So then you just have to make some decisions. Do you want to go diving, which allows you to gain some research or maybe another bonus? Do you want to do conservation, which is going to allow you to gain some other kind of bonuses and obviously conserve, which is good. You can captain, which means you can move from one spot to another. You can do a sonar action, and that's actually how you open up the ocean. Go deeper, go beyond, go this way, go that way, and go down. You can explore different journals, which are going to allow you to take some journal action cards. Some of them give you victory points. Some of them might let you upgrade your team members from juniors to specialists, which give you more bonuses. And essentially, that's what you're doing. You are just placing out your discs on your team members, taking as many actions as you possibly can. Some actions are going to require you to use a disc both on your team member and then put one out on the mat. So you need to make sure that you have lots and lots and lots of discs. So this is a game that builds. On your first turn, you're only going to have a couple of discs. And then you are only going to be able to do a couple things because you only have maybe 1 or 2 team members. Then your next turn, your team is growing and it's growing and it's growing, and then you're going to be doing more actions, more actions, more actions. More things are going to be opening up, and you are just building this huge ocean, building up your ability to do stuff and things.
Yeah, it's a balancing act between making sure you have enough actions, those discs, in order to take a big turn, but also not focusing on too many things at one time, because that's what I did, and I ended up doing very poorly. It's really one of those games where you want to focus on a couple things. So maybe you want to focus on conservation, which is great. Or maybe you want to focus on diving. So you really want to focus on like, yep, I want to have a bunch of navigators so I can move my boat around. Boat/submarine.
Vessels, they're
Vessel.
called.
In order to take actions, you have to be on a specific space to do those actions. You might want to do conservation, but the current location you're in doesn't have a conservation element to it. So then you have to move to get to a conservation element in order to do that action. So there's a lot of juggling of all of these things, but if you juggle too many different things, then you will just not be efficient.
Exactly. And you start off the game with 1 vessel, so it really kind of limits what you're able to do because you have to move that vessel around the map. We'll just call it a map, around the ocean. So you want to try and get more vessels out so that you're able to take advantage of more of your team members as the game goes on. And you also have to kind of keep in mind what you have available to you. So when you start the game, you can only explore the surface. And then not until you unlock more technology can you go deeper and deeper. And one other thing with this game is that there are goals that you are trying to achieve. This is kind of one of the main ways that you score points for the end of the game. So basically, when you start the game, it is going to give you a couple of goals that you are trying to reach. If you are, as an example, the person who has done the most conservation, you are going to get X number of points. Second most will get another amount of points. And then you're also going to get points for every conservation disc you have out. So that's kind of how you're scoring points. You're going to have certain goals. You can play this game competitive, cooperative, or you can play it solo. And the solo game is essentially the same as the cooperative game, but you get to extend the rounds a little bit because it goes much quicker when you're playing solo.
And it's thematic wherein, like, as Jamie mentioned, like, I can't remember what are the spheres called? There's like the surface, and there's like the second sphere. It's very thematic wherein, like, as you go deeper, the cooler stuff you're going to find kind of deal.
Yeah.
which is super...
The water gets darker.
Yeah, that's super interesting.
And it is a scenario-based game, so it's not like a campaign. You can play the same scenarios over and over and over again, but every scenario is going to have a slightly different setup. They're going to have some different goals that you can do, so you're going to get a lot of variety with this game.
As Jamie mentioned, in some instances, you have to put one of your discs on one of your juniors or specialists, but then you also have to put a disc out on the action that you're taking. And once your disc is out there, it's there.
Gone.
So that option is now not available to another player. There's a little tech tree associated with this that scores more victory points the further up you go. So if you like kind of like bumping tracks a little bit, taking some actions and a little bit of exploration, definitely something to look into.
Throughout the game, you can gain impact because you are making impact throughout the ocean. As you continue up, it's going to gain you more and more points and also other benefits. So that's another huge aspect of this game. I would say the game play itself is it's pretty simple, straightforward. However, there is a lot of iconography.
Yep.
So the game does a pretty good job at explaining what it is, and the symbols make sense to what you're doing. Like a little dive helmet is the dive action. A captain's wheel is the captain action. So it's pretty
Conservation is like a little turtle.
It's a little turtle. It is going to probably vary within difficulty depending on the scenario that you're playing. Now, we played this at 3 players, and I also did play it solo. The solo game, as I mentioned, is the same as the cooperative game, and with the cooperative game and how it's different from competitive is you are given cooperative goals. So you are just trying to get X number of conservation discs out instead of having the most. That's how it's different. The regular game plays over 6 rounds and a solo game plays over 7 rounds because your turns do go much quicker when you are playing solo. In the game, you will find that the rounds at the beginning are pretty fast, and then as the game builds out, they will extend a little bit as well.
Yeah, I think we played at 3-player with Teach at around an hour and a bit.
Yeah, that is a little bit about Endeavor Deep Sea. If you are interested in this game, we are going to have all of the information down below along with the Gamefound link so you can follow along on the campaign. The game is live on Gamefound today, so if you're interested, definitely go and check it out. So that's everything that we have today on Endeavor Deep Sea. Once again, if you're interested, Gamefound. You'll love to see it. If you're interested in other board games, like other board games from Burnt Island Games, as an example, you should check your friendly local gaming store. And for us, that is...
The Boardroom Game Cafe.
Yes, it is. Do you like snacks?
I do.
Oh, me too. You could probably find some snacks in your MunchPak.
You could find it in your MunchPak.
And you could actually find a MunchPak for $5 cheaper if you like to use our code. It's down below. You can do that. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you see,
please subscribe.
We hope to see you again soon. And now we say goodbye. Goodbye.
Later days.
I just love the way it tastes.
I think you have an addiction.
I only have 2 a day.
Shouldn't drink coffee this late in the day.
What time is it? I think it's because I wanted something warm, and I just like the taste of coffee. Maybe I should just get some decaf, because I'm only drinking it for the taste.
Are you?
Yeah.
Get some decaf.
What are you eating? Well, it's gone now, whatever it is.
Is it a buggy?
Did you eat a bug?
Hey.
Hi. I can't keep up.
I don't know if I like these.
Me either. They almost taste like...
They don't taste like Kit Kat. They taste like dark chocolate.
That's what I was going to say. They taste like dark.
Well, weird.
Yeah, well, that would also help too if I said it in the right order. Epipelagic zone, mesopelagic, bathopelagic, abyssopelagic.
Regardless.